when you change your strategy from one of thinking, how can I create a sustainable business out of this idea, to how can I sell this thing in 18 to 24 months, you don't have to worry about things like revenue anymore. If anything, you don't want to show revenue. As you know, if you're a .com and you show revenue, that's a problem. You want to not show revenue. You want to be like Tumblr and sell to Yahoo for $1 billion based on your likes alone, based on views, based on these non-financial metrics. Of course, we know now Yahoo's taking the whole thing as a loss. You know, they're taking Tumblr as a loss. Oops. But that's because they were buying this thing for growth, or for the illusion of growth, when they couldn't create any growth internally. You know, but when you're thinking about an 18 to 24 month time horizon, and all you really want to do in that period of time is establish some kind of monopoly so that you can then sell yourself to someone else, you're not going to look at your marketplace as something to sustain, as something to keep alive. You're going to look at your marketplace as something to dominate. So when you look at, say, Uber and the way they treat the ride-sharing business, Uber doesn't care about keeping the taxi business alive. Uber only wants to create what's known as a platform monopoly in the taxi business, so it can then leverage that monopoly to move into another vertical, another industry. So you own taxis, so then you can move into robotic cars, or into logistics, or into drone delivery, into anything else. I mean, why do you think Amazon moved into books? And books is an industry I know, because I'm in the book industry. The book industry is a sustainable but not a growth industry. I promise you, the books can't grow. There's only so many eyeballs, so many people buying books. It's actually kind of a shrinking industry, but let's call it a sustainable industry. Because it's only a sustainable kind of get by around the margins, we're going to limp along sort of business. Amazon picks that because it's easy to create a monopoly if you have a war chest and you can undercut the prices of everybody else. So they're not thinking about authors and publishers and bookbinders and ideas. They're thinking, we're going to create a monopoly in books, which they did, so we can leverage that into other retail monopolies. And those retail monopolies into cloud services, or into Amazon Turks, or into any of the other businesses that they operate. But the object of the game when you're trying to establish a monopoly is very different than the game when you want to actually create a sustainable, ongoing business. You know, it's the same sort of scorched earth policy that, say, a Walmart applies when it goes into a new region, only it happens a whole lot faster. As Walmart is learning now, once they've operated in a community for 30 or 40 years, really 20 or 30 years, the community goes bankrupt. So now Walmarts are closing in certain parts of America because they've already sucked all the value out. And you know how they do that. It's because they put all the local businesses out of business, the local pharmacy, the local grocery, the local stationery, all those businesses go away. And then they hire people part-time so that the welfare rolls go up and the medical bills go up for the towns, until eventually the towns are so poor they can't afford to buy stuff at the Walmart anymore, and the Walmart closes. Now what happens, that's a 20, 30-year process. When Amazon does it, when Uber does it, it's on digital steroids. It happens much, much more rapidly. Oh.